Hello everybody, I'm Bionicle Moc, and welcome back to another mock review. Today we're taking a look at Zwarii. Now, that name sounds very interesting, but, I'll get more into his backstory once we get started on the review, so let's do so. So, Zwarii is known as Prince of the Fairies. Yep, he's a fairy. In my universe, fairies look like this. They're dark blue and have hints of black and trans green. Pretty strange. Yeah, this is one of the strangest ideas that I've had. It's very odd, and I can't say why yet, but it's for something I'm working on. So, Zwarii is known for being very strange and very... No, sorry, he's not known for being strange. Everybody thinks he's strange because of how formal he is. The fairies are a very formal class of creature. They always use their manners, they're never rude to each other. So you can imagine with a character like Renzo, somebody who is really outgoing, inappropriate, and all that stuff, is just waiting for chaos for Renzo and Zwarii to meet up with each other. So let's take a look at the mock itself. I used dark blue. He has a couple colors going on here. So he's got dark blue, black, silver, and some trans green. And of course, for his robe, he's got, they kind of look like rags, but it's supposed to be more royal looking. It's beige. So if you want to know what piece I use, it's kind of hard to tell from the back, but basically I used the Ben 10 body piece for his torso. Pretty strange, but I guess it kind of worked out well for the kind of elegant look I was trying to make. The robe kind of looks flat from the front, and yeah, you can say that, but I love how the scroll armor kind of mixes in with that. It kind of works pretty well. He does have a heart light, which he's not a G1 canon character, but I guess it was just there for design. His legs are pretty simple, and he has the... Oh, that just broke right off. Sorry about that, guys. But he does have the Inika foot piece. Fairly simple. Those the black pins there are just for like holding extra weapons, which he doesn't have any, but if I ever decide to give him any. The mask is the Terex mask, and I think that looks great. It's a very fun, it's a very elegant mask, I think, so it works for him. You can't really see his weapon. There it is. It's just a large spear that most of the fairies use. This is a fairy-based spear, so it's got the Star Wars lightsaber pieces with the... This was a Kurok, if I'm saying that name right, the White Roxy staff, and then a little bit of a spike piece there. The wings have a lot of articulation, so you can get them in a lot of different poses. You can bring them... They're not really cooperating for me. There's a lot of friction. You can bring them back, fold them in a little bit. You can splay them out, like so. So... yeah, I personally enjoy the wings, especially with the inclusion of these scroll armor pieces. I think it makes it look very elegant, kind of wingy. So, wingy's not a word, but whatever. I like the dark blue. I think it works well for the fairies, and I think it has a really good look to it. He does have these big gears in the back, which are they kind of stand out, but it's not really a big issue. You can just see them as his body, if you want, like that's his shoulders or whatever. I don't know. I think he looks fine. I think he looks kind of cool. Oh, if you wanted me to raise up just to see what's under there, there's nothing. So yeah, kind of like him. So yeah. So Zwarii and Renzo are practically very opposite from each other. Zwarii is very formal and polite, and Renzo's very outgoing and loud, and likes to get in arguments a lot, and he's very rambunctious, or Zwarii actually hates that about him, so they don't really get along very well, and I like that kind of clash with their personalities, that they fight so much, and they are really polar opposites of each other, so I do enjoy that. And as you can see, they're almost the same size, not really. Zwarii's a little taller, but that's to be expected because, I don't know, he's got really long limbs, so yeah. So I really do like Zwarii. His design was really fun to put together. I was really thinking of actually, at the time, I was designing a Toa of water, until I realized that a Toa of water wouldn't really be able to work in my universe, because there are no Toa in my universe. So, I gave him wings, and then he was going to be like an air character, and now he is a fairy, the prince of the fairies. So, yeah, I really did enjoy this mock. I think he's not my favorite, but he's one of my favorites, just because of how fun the character looks, and his personality is very expressive, so I do enjoy that about him. And I think, for the most part, his actual design, like his build, gets that across decently well, I hope. Maybe the mask, maybe his neck has to be a little longer. That's one complaint, is that you can't really see it from this angle, but if you bring his head down, it's almost like connected right to his head, or right to his body. So I'm not really happy about that. I would increase his neck. I might add a friction adder just to complete that. I think that would be perfect for him. So yeah, that's basically it though. I had a lot of fun building this mock. He's definitely one of my favorite mocks, and there will be more mock reviews to come. So I hope to see you all later. I'm Renzo Mox, and goodbye.